Hello guys, welcome to Information 2 Software. I'm Haowen and I'm glad to be part of this lesson to introduce i2Stream. In this lesson, you understand the concept of the i2Stream and how to use this feature to synchronize the data between the MySQL database and the Oracle database. i2Stream is a data stream replication management software. It uses real-time database data stream synchronization technology based on the log extraction and analysis. It can retrieve the data from the various structured database while ensure the data integrity and the reliability. For this demonstration, I prepared the two database servers. I call it 777 with MySQL database and 88 with Oracle database, as well as a web console server, which can initialize the i2 app, the task management of the Information 2 software. And let's get started. Well, first, let's go to the web console server to set up the environment. Please ensure you already got the package of the i2 Active MySQL and the OpenJDK for the Java environment installation. Okay, let's just check the list of the package here. Just you can see there is i2 Active node with MySQL and the OpenJDK package for Java environment. And well, we can just create the new directory for unpackage the OpenJDK. Let's make the directory name is Java. Alright, we can just copy the OpenJDK to this path. And unpackage it with tar command. Well, after we've done this, there's some file we need to configure it. Let's edit the etc profile. Well, at the end, it's the export path. We need to add the several paths here, and let me see, export the path equal to, export the Java first. Java home equal to the pathway installed the Java environment. It should be the user Java, and please notice the version of the package, and we should enter the version here. The JDK 8U -B08. And export path equal to $path. let's check the parameter is correct or not, and looks everything is alright. Right, let's just save it and quit. Then just restart the profile. Well, then we can just check the Java's version to ensure all the functions already initialized. Alright, let's go back to the path we store the i2Active package. I save it in root path, and we can just unpackage it as well. After we've done this, we also need to do some configuration for the i2Active environment. Let's just edit the i2Active IA db dump and config dump. Alright, in this file, we need to uncomment this line the target identified process method, Oracle equal to the topper, and then let's save it and quit. On the other hand, we also need to edit the i2Active Well, in this part, the i2Active just default sync. The memory should be the 8 GB, but that's the requirement is not so suitable for all the computer environment, so we just correct it as 1 GB. Alright, you can also check your free memory with free-h, and in this case I already got 45 GB, but I have to say that's quite a lot for this environment, and the most of laptop or other device cannot reach this memory storage space. Now we can just set up the IA helper and connect this device with the i2App platform. Well, beforehand you need to remember your IP address of your i2App platform, and just set up the the IA helper with this IP address, and then you can notice there's a startup IA helper successfully. Then let's go to the i2App. In this time we use 76 as the platform's IP address. Well, after we access the i2App platform, let's click the source, the database node, inactive node. You will see there is an inactive node which should be activated. and we can just rename it as let me see this 76 work. IP is correct. Then assign the source node and backup node to it, and let's confirm it. Alright, there's several processes we need to be set up, but generally it always be initialized automatically. We just need to keep refreshing the status and wait a moment. Alright, now we can see all the process status is already remarked as blue color, and that means all the functionality is already initialized successfully. Alright, let's go back to our MySQL database. Generally, the i2Stream tried best to avoid do a lot of configuration for the databases, but we still need to create the user just for let the i2 app platform to detect it as the source node or the backup node. So let's just do some configuration for the MySQL file with via I save the file in etc my configuration. I already done this. We add the log bin, the server ID, the log bin format, and the seq_bin log. There's several parameters inside this file, and after you've done this, you can also save it and quit. Alright, then let's go ahead to the MySQL database. Well, in this place, we need to create the user, which called i2 with the password also as a i2. And then let's do it. The native password should also be i2. Alright, because I already created this user, so the notification just mentioned me the operation is failed, but that doesn't matter. We can just go ahead to assign the privilege to it. Grant all privileges. On all the privileges to i2 at %. Alright, and flash the privilege. Okay, we already done the configuration for the MySQL database, but because this database is empty now, so just for simulate the business environment, I just need to create the random database and the random table as well. Let me see. How about we create the database? which called test. Oops, it already exists. How about test 1? And use test 1. Then create the table teacher. Or I just set the 2 parameters inside ID as primary key and name varchar equal or less than 50 characters. Alright, and insert some data inside. ID and name. Values equal to 1. Name is Tintin. Alright, then let's go back to the Oracle database and do some configuration and create the user i2 with password i2 as well, and assign the necessary permission to it. And let's go to the Oracle. SQL plus as sysdba. Well, let's start the database first. Alright, and then navigate to the PDB container and select one to store the user and the data. It's shows the PDBs. Well, there is already the PDB 01, and we can select it as a container to store or user. Let's alter the session set the container equal to PDB 1 and create user i2 identified by i2 and assign the grant permission DBA to i2. Also grant another permission. Now, we already done all the configuration for both database server and the web console server. Then we can go choose our i2 app and then click the database node, create a new one. Well, first we should create the node for the 77, the MySQL database. So we just name it as 77 MySQL. And the product node will select the 76 work we created, the node we created before. And then the database type should be the MySQL. The license we select active license. The username is the user we created just now, and the password is i2 as well. The service name, well, we already create the test database, which called test1, and we select test1 as the service name. Then we can just leave the rest of configuration as a default, then test the link. Oh, I forgot the IP, sorry. Alright, link success is submitted. And let's create the second one for Oracle. Namely, it's 888 Oracle. Product node, also the 76 work. Database type Oracle, great, and the license active as well. Username i2, password i2, service name. We should select the container. We store the user and the password. It should code pdb01 ap equal to 88. Alright, we can also test a link. Well, database connection error. Let me see where the problem is. Okay, let's go back to the 88 and create the SQL. There's a several reasons possibly can indicate this result. Let's check it one by one. First of all is a listener. We can check the listener status with a listener control status. Alright, of course there's no any listener to listen this node, so we can just start up. Alright, and let's go back to the i2 app and test the link again. Well, this time the link is connected successfully. Then, well, at the first time we create the node for the database, the status should be the unknown. And we just need to wait a moment until the status becomes the normal, because the i2 app still needs the time to detect the database. Well, during this time we can also check our Oracle database, because we need to do the synchronization. Oops, sorry, it should be SQL Plus. Because we need to do the synchronization between the MySQL and the Oracle database later. So if you remember, we just create the test1 database for the MySQL, and we did not do the same thing for the Oracle. So we can just check the Oracle database. There should not exist the test1. Alter session set container. Container equal to pdb01. And we also create the teacher as a table. Alright, let's check it. Now we can see the table or view it does not exist. So yeah, so after we finish the establish for the synchronization, we can also check again, and then the status becomes blue successfully. Then we can go to the database sync, select MySQL replication, and create the new replication rule. The name we call it 77-88 sync, and the source database is MySQL 77 MySQL, and the target is Oracle one. We select the 88 Oracle. This time we select the mapping type as a database mapping, and then add the source database as a test one. Target database as i2. Well, there is a little tip, because Oracle database they just recognize all the letter as a capital type default. So we should also enter the i2 with a capital type. Then let's submit it. Well, let's just wait for the export and the mount process be finished, and keep refreshing it. Yeah, generally it will take almost 5 minutes, I guess. That depends on the data you saved in your database. Alright, because I only create the one database and one table, so the process is very quick. Well, and then let's go back to the 88, the Oracle database, and do the same thing. Just select the i2 teacher. Well, just like the table we created before, on the MySQL database, let's also check the table. Select from the teacher. Yeah, there's a user with ID 1, name is Tintin, and there's also the Tintin with ID 1. We also can do some modification for it, just for conforming the synchronization between the two databases, such as let's insert the new data, like insert into teacher, also ID and name, and the value is equal to 2, the name is Tom. Yep. And well, next we go back to the Oracle database and check it again. Now we can see it already appeared the Tom with ID 2. So the replication rule just worked properly. On the other hand, there is also the table compare. But before we do that, we should stop the replication rule first. Well, let's just imagine the situation. Maybe your production server, such as the MySQL database, got some accident and have to be interrupted. Then your Oracle database have to take over the responsibility from the MySQL. Then after maybe just several days, your MySQL database is already repaired, and then your your Oracle database already gained some new data, increased data, and you need to know what is it, and you need to compare the MySQL database and the Oracle database to know any new data is already gained during the time of the reparation. So it's a functionality of the table comparison, which can just click the data check. There's a table comparison here. All right, let's create a new one. The name is compare 7788. Source database, we select the MySQL, and target database, let's select the Oracle. Alright, the user also type the test1 and i2. Then let's submit it. Alright, it's already complete, and maybe you can notice there's no any difference between the two database, because we did not do the modification for it. And maybe we can just do the modification with insert the new data. Okay, let's just click recompare it. Refresh the status. Now you can see there's one difference of the table, and we can check the details with the result compare. We can see the name of the table, the name of the user, and let's click view to see any specific change just happened. Just like this, there is ID equal to 3. It's a parameters of the new data, and we can just locate the new data depends on this. Alright, well done. You already complete the i2Stream tutorial. Don't be hesitant to ask me any question if you have it, and I'm really happy to assist further and look forward to your reply or any suggestion for this instruction video or for our product. Yeah, thank you very much and have a nice day. Goodbye.